All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about a massive, fundamental shift in how we all learn. It's a concept called borderless education, and we're going to explore how technology isn't just tweaking the system, it's literally tearing down every single wall that has ever defined what education is.
And this quote right here from the author of Borderless, this is the key to the whole thing. The idea isn't that tech is subverting or destroying education. No, the argument is that it's actually bringing us back to what education was always supposed to be. Personal, accessible, and something you do your entire life. It's a total flip of the script that sets the stage for everything that follows.
So, what do we actually mean by borderless education? Well, you can think of it as a brand new model for learning, and it's built on 5 core ideas, what the author calls the 5 A's. And trust me, this is way more than just putting your classroom lectures on Zoom. It's a complete rethink of how we share and absorb knowledge.
So here they are, the 5 A's. This is the framework that changes everything. First up, anytime. Learning's no longer a 9 to 5 thing. It happens in little bits and pieces whenever you can fit it in. Then there's anywhere. The classroom walls are gone. You can learn on the bus, in a coffee shop, you name it. Anyone. And this is huge. It means learning isn't just for kids. Grandparents, professionals, everyone can get in on the action. And finally, any content and any format. We are moving so far beyond textbooks. We're talking videos, interactive groups, even virtual reality. You see, when you put all 5 of these together, the old boundaries of education just crumble.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how big is it really? Let's zoom out and look at the global picture. Because this isn't some small niche trend. It's an absolute tidal wave, economically and culturally, that's sweeping the entire planet.
And if you want to understand this scale, just follow the money. I mean, look at this number. By 2017, the global market for internet education was already projected to hit $250 billion. This isn't just a shift in teaching methods, it is a colossal economic force.
So what's fueling this explosion? It's pretty much a perfect storm. First, you've got massive demand from literally billions of people online who want to learn. Second, a huge cost advantage. Thanks to the internet, teaching 1 million people can cost almost the same as teaching just one. And third, you've got governments all over the world throwing their weight and their money behind education tech.
But here's what's really interesting. Look at where the growth is happening fastest. It's not necessarily the places you'd expect. The most explosive growth is actually in emerging markets. The Asia-Pacific region is leading the charge with a staggering 17.3% growth rate every single year. That signals a major power shift in the world of education.
And to really wrap our heads around this, we have to zoom in on China. It's the perfect case study for how all these global forces can come together in one place and create a boom like nothing we've ever seen before.
Just get a load of these numbers. The global average growth rate was already on fire at 23%. Pretty impressive, right? Well, China's market was growing at a blistering 30%. That's not just growth, that's an absolute explosion.
And you know, when that kind of growth happens, people take notice. Around 2013, investors and entrepreneurs had a name for China's internet education market. They started calling it the next windfall because they knew it was one of the biggest opportunities of our time.
And to understand why, you just have to look at the sheer number of people. By the end of 2014, China had 649 million internet users. To put that in perspective, that's more than double the entire population of the United States. It created a market on a scale the world had just never seen before.
But here's the thing. This boom didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was a journey. It started with some early experiments back in the late 90s. Then, around 2006, the first wave of companies started going public. And that all led up to 2013, the year everything just exploded, with tons of money and new startups flooding the scene.
Okay, so we've talked about the billions of dollars, the global trends, but let's switch gears. What does this actually feel like for the student? Because behind all the numbers, this revolution is completely changing the personal experience of what it means to learn. For generations, for so many people, school was defined by one thing: pressure. Intense exam pressure, a curriculum that was one size fits all, and a feeling that learning was kind of painful and passive. But internet education offers a totally different path: personalized learning, tools that actually make things fun and interactive, and the flexibility to learn in a way that works for you.
And what's so powerful is that this new model meets you wherever you are in life. For little kids, it's about making learning fun and easing parents' anxiety,
For teenagers, it's all about reducing that exam stress with tools that adapt to them. For young adults, it's about getting the real-world skills they need for a job. And for the rest of us, it's about being able to learn and grow throughout our entire lives.
Now, as incredible as all this is, you might think we've arrived at the destination. But honestly, we're just at the beginning. The next wave of technology is going to make everything we've seen so far look like ancient history.
I mean, just imagine this, a learning system that uses big data to adapt to how you think in real time. Picture having an AI tutor that's available 24/7, ready to help you with anything. Or think about learning becoming so seamless through wearable tech that it's just a natural part of your day. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is what's coming next.
And all of this leads us to one big, mind-bending question. If learning truly has no borders, if it can happen anytime, anywhere, with anyone, then what does a school even become? Is it a building, a community, a platform, a resource? That's the future that we're all figuring out, right now.